Good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land. Well, I'm not the most chipper in the morning. I did not get enough sleep. Definitely a broken night's sleep. We got Ross over here at the controls, driving dead into the sunrise and morning rush hour traffic here in Dallas, Texas. Oh, what fun. Are you excited? It is what it is. That's how that goes. Well, we actually made a discovery this morning. Ross has been doing all the backing on this trip. He does a real good straight in back setup and all that good stuff. Does a great side back. But we found his weakness. What's your weakness?
Blind side.
Blind side backing is his weakness, which I think we'll all agree is pretty much everybody's as a general rule. So somewhere along the trip today, we're going to find an empty parking lot. We're going to practice a little blind side backing. I actually have a drill that teaches the guy how to blind side back. You want to know how this drill works?
Guess I better know.
I find an empty parking lot and I let you drive around the parking lot in circles on your blind side for about an hour. And after you've done that for an hour, you will be able to blind side back like a pro.
All right. I'd like to see that.
It's basically just getting used to driving the truck backwards to get the feel of it, how it turns and maneuvers. You know, we spent so little of our time actually driving backwards. So we'll have an opportunity to do that today. And I'm sure as we go throughout our day, we will have opportunity to shoot a little more video. So, more to come. You want to know what would solve this traffic problem?
What's that?
The secret that nobody talks about how you could get rid of all this kind of traffic congestion every morning. If all the people that worked on the east side of Dallas would live on the east side of Dallas, and all the people that lived on the west side of Dallas would work on the west side of Dallas, and the same with the north and the south, then there wouldn't be all this traffic. But for some reason, people that work on the west side of the Dallas think that they should live on the east side of Dallas, and so forth, and so forth. Which creates this mass madness known rush hour traffic. But rush hour traffic such as this is a symptom of society. You want to hear my theory?
Sure.
It's called too many monkeys trying to live on the same piece of dirt theory. We got to shoot a little video of Ross driving through downtown Dallas. Now we know your mother is watching you on video every day. So you got to say, hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Does your mom refer to you as baby boy?
She refers to me as a lot of things along those lines.
Don't feel bad. As young men, we generally have to have a talk with Mom eventually on that subject. But I'm guilty of it as well. My daughter being 20 years old and starting her senior year of college, and I still refer to her and call her to her face, baby girl. My baby girl. She'll always be my baby girl. So be easy on Mom about that. And here we are. Downtown Dallas. The Big D. And you're gonna just drive right through the middle of it. And that, my friends, is downtown Dallas. Put another check mark in the box. You have now driven through downtown Dallas. Have you done Atlanta?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, now you can check off another big nightmare of trucking, because Dallas is one of those nightmares like Atlanta and Houston and New York and LA. Dallas is definitely one of them. More video to come. Well, we just finished our backing practice for the day. How do you think you did, Ross?
I'll let you be the judge.
Actually, Ross did most excellent. He did 4 alley docks. Actually hit the alley all 4 times. So, you know, and I would I would expect you to be, you know, better than a new guy starting out. I mean, you got 6 months experience. It shows. You back very well backing up the truck. Most excellent. So, real happy with that. So now we can go on to the next phase of our backing training. And I think the next thing we need to tackle is that blind side backing. And just give you a few tips, just kind of so you know where you are when you're blind side backing. And always remember, never. And you know, that's one thing about that other company that you came from. They make them get out and look all the time. So Ross isn't bashful about getting out and look. That's a good trait. Nothing wrong with getting out and look. Especially even at night when I'm backing into a parking spot into a truck stop, it's not unusual for me to get out and look twice before I back into that spot all the way. So it's just good practice. And then again, you know, people say, well, as long as you've been driving, you should never have to get out and look. You know, I've never ever damaged somebody else's truck. I've never ever damaged a truck backing it into a hole. Yet I'm not too proud to get out and look when, if I don't know for a fact that I'm good, I'm going to get out and look. It's just that easy. You know what? I don't know if I got that or not, but Ross just crossed the Mississippi River.
Well, I can always tell her.
Huh?
I can always tell her.
It's not the same.
Hopefully I can take her one day.
Well, it has come to another morning of OTR. And we have reached that stage of training where I'm actually kind of laying it all on Ross at this point in time. I told Ross last night, I said, you set the alarm clock. You be responsible for waking up. Matter of fact, you wake me up in the morning because I'm not setting my alarm clock. I put all the duties of doing this job on your shoulders, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
What's that? Yes, sir. No, sir.
That's the way I was raised. Just the way I was raised.
So, basically, I've given Ross the full reins of the job. He at this point in time, he knows everything that he needs to know to do the job. And I will actually say that as far as trainees go, Ross is exceptional in being able, you don't have to tell Ross to do things twice. You tell him once, and I'd almost think that you were like a plant. Are you out here checking on the recap to see if he's actually doing his job? Are you the spy from within?
You're doing a pretty good job.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to do something with Ross I've never done with another trainee. Now, you know Ross did come with 6 months experience before he come to Magnum. So the main purpose of the 2 weeks training is basically to make sure that he knows how to do the job and understands how to run that people net right there and how to do his paperwork and communicate with the office and everything. But from what I can see, Ross really doesn't need a trainer anymore beyond this point. We got a couple little things that we're going to work on, and we'll definitely work on that in the next day or two. But when I make my weekly trainer report to the safety officer of the company, I'm going to actually recommend that Ross go ahead and be graduated into his solo truck, because he's definitely ready. He has all the skills necessary. He's very capable. And that's unusual. I've never done that before. And Ross, you are the youngest trainee that I've ever had on my truck.
Yeah. You bit your lip whenever you read the paperwork, too. Minimum age requirement paperwork.
I had no idea how young you were till I actually came to pick you up. I don't know any of those, that type of stuff. But it just goes to show You know, we give the young generation a lot of crap in society, and there are exceptions to every rule. So I'm going to make that recommendation tomorrow. Most likely the company will not adhere to that. They'll probably require him to stay on the truck for another week. But I do have to make the call the way I see it, and that's the way I see it. We were driving into the sunrise this morning. The reason why we got up and took off early. Now, me personally, I could have used another 3 or 4 hours sleep. But we want to get after it early this morning so that we can have an early finish this afternoon. And coming into the Columbia, South Carolina area, we want to have an opportunity to actually get a parking spot close to our drop. You know, we don't actually drop till tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Well, we've already had quite a bit of experience with waiting.
Our last drop was the biggest nightmare I've ever had in trucking. We actually, do you know how long we sat in the door?
17, 18 hours.
We sat in a door for 17 hours. And a lot of drivers in that situation would be just all kind of pissed off, ruining their day, upset with the world, oh woe is me, crying in all different ways. Did you see how I handled that with my dispatch?
Yes, sir.
All I did was I sent my driver manager a message that said, hey, this has basically cost me production time. This has definitely hurt my paycheck. What are you going to do for me to make it right with me? I didn't demand anything. I said, what will you be willing to do to make it right with me? And I said, I didn't have to take a lot of time sweating over it. In fact, we were still sitting in the door, and my DM called me and asked me, he goes, Walt, what do you want? And I said, baby, I want the world. I said, now just, make it fair.
Yeah.
And without hesitation, they said, we'll give you 2 days of layover pay. And I said, that's fair. And I think that's more than fair. Now, would you believe that I've drawn layover pay so much since I've been at Magnum? I don't even know how much it is. Do you?
I think they said $150 a day.
$150 a day. That's what I thought it was, something like that. Been a long time since I've gone through orientation. So they actually put $300 more on my paycheck for costing me a day sitting in the deal. Can you think of anything being more fair?
Sounds good to me.
No. So the people in the office actually care and take care of our drivers. Not like a lot of nightmares that I hear from other people. So it's all good. We ain't got nothing to cry about. But we're going to publish this video. I'm still not awake yet, I will have you know. But always want to remind everybody, God bless y'all, each and every one. Remember, you too can change the world. All you gotta do is be nice to each other. Bye-bye.